3 goes on it. They've lost every single one and haven't looked particularly in command while doing it. So, elimination match on the line. No train for it. One of these teams will not be moving on, will not be surviving the day. What's your pick? What's your prediction? I'm going to try and get you in trouble.
Wow, already. I mean, I
want to piss off the Brazilians or the Turkish fans?
I think it should be Eternal Fire coming through here and leveling up here. This is the sort of competition they've looked very comfortable up against here, and I think they're going to look to make that happen once again. We'll see a bomb plant here. They've been able to sneak down the vents, already doing a lot of damage, being able to provide a 4v4 here. That's going to start the timer up against Eternal Fire to speed things up on this retake, and they are struggling to make it past this ramp room.
Crazy that you'd abandon your boy Davideus like that. He's going to show you why you're wrong for it. Dealing out some serious damage, some serious dinks. Eternal Fire still need to get on that stick, and realistically it has to be Jota because no one else has any health. So, desperately praying for some fights, trying to just go for this tap. Gonna pull the first player off the bomb, and with that, that is the round victory here for paiN. They strike first.
I mean, saying that, I think the biggest asset here that they do have is that the fact that they do get to play Nuke. That's going to be something they're really excited about.
It's nice to start there, too, as well, for this young team, where, like, we've said it before, the thing about paiN is just how variable they are. Very young squad outside of Big U's era, and it feels like while they have developed a ton in the course of the last year of competition, there's still a tendency for that mental to at times get shaken. And starting in a comfortable spot on Nuke just makes life so much easier, doesn't it?
Yeah, this definitely is high pressure, though, here for this paiN squad, right? It's just an elimination matchup, as we saw, and you know, after this, it adds that extra pressure here. And usually, you know, paiN last year were always, you know, best of 3 away from making it into some of these big events, right?
Yeah.
Early in the year, a best of 3, making it into the major was so incredibly close to the playoffs of that, and you know, same for Cologne. But when the going gets tough, last year it was always, you know, trying to get over that final hurdle up against, you know, elite teams, and you know, being able to do that, I think at Kauez recently for them, it might be that next step. Being able to transfer that success into Pro League here, it didn't look great in stage 1, but they're hanging in there.
Like, sometimes you just got to eke through the stage and win the trophy. I mean, a certain team in Boston might be able to tell you about that. For me, the one that's also interesting, right, in terms of we're talking about variable results in play, Eternal Fire, I feel like someone needs to chart this team's performance compared to, like, moon phases. Because something happens to them where it feels like they just cycle in for, like, 3 months. They're world beaters, looking like they're threatening for a trophy. I mean, they were in the finals of that last EPL season. And then the next 3 months, they'll kind of be on the downturn dip. You're thinking, like, is this team going to fall apart? Are we going to see roster changes? Are we going to see some sort of... And then they back up, and then back down. It's an interesting one. Going to be down in this round. The moon is not in alignment. Jupiter is in the wrong sphere. Or something. I don't know.
It's those pesky Saturn rings. Got to make sure those are all aligned. Nice and angular.
This is where we need Maui, astrology guy. Do you know your star sign, moon sign, sun sign, or whatever?
No.
Your descending, downward dog, ascending.
I think I'm
Do you know your basic one? Your what?
Capricorn, I think.
When's your birthday?
January 25th.
Yeah, sounds about right. I'm a Capricorn too.
Nice.
There we go.
Wait, real quick, when's your birthday?
December 31st.
I might be an Aquarius then.
The age of Aquarius? Oh.
What?
Ah, Zeus.
Oh, that wasn't the eagle shot that I thought it was. That was over there towards lobby, I believe.
That was elsewhere, yes. That makes a little more sense. Confusing times.
Yeah, well timed right there on the shot at the very least. And Snow getting Pepper, not as easy as you would expect, but that's going to help out getting ramp control here from NQZ.
I'm mostly disappointed they're not going to go towards Major's Zeus.
Continue to go into Acadia's Deagle, though. And he continues to fire up.
I do appreciate that the OBS team always makes sure to give me what they know I want, which is making sure we know who has a Zeus at any one time. These are the important, crucial details for a Counter-Strike game. Ooh. All right. Keep it expensive.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Could just play it safe. There's a molly. Hold on, there's a molly. Does he burn?
He landed in the smoke.
That's tough.
In safe hands here.
Tags? This is doable. If they just don't give him the fight, they shouldn't be able to win it, but paiN is a team that likes to brawl sometimes, Major. Now with the door closed. Unfortunately for Major, he knows. They know. We know. And it will be brought through. Good attempt, though. Good try. Nice.
First 3 rounds, baby. He's already fired up. It never takes a day off, man.
It does sound like he maybe got some hot tea, because his voice is a little less tenuous right now. Yeah, it'll be shredded by round 6.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Okay, Snow, if I could give you some advice right now. What you're going to want to do if you want to maintain this kind of voice, especially as you get older, you need to learn to project from the chest just a little bit more, because you can see how much the neck is straining when he's hitting these. Nice! It's coming from the top of his throat.
Yeah, that's the throat voice versus the chest voice.
Yeah, back of the mouth, top of the throat. That's how you really mess up your vocal cords. So what we're going to need to do is we need paiN to actually bring in a vocal coach in addition to the Counter-Strike coaches, just for Snow, so that he can learn to project. You want to speak from the diaphragm, really. You want to be puffing out your chest a little bit. You want to be channeling the air with your diaphragm, and that allows you to save your vocal cords a lot.
It's a hard skill to learn, though. I had a vocal coach try and help me out with that, and it was, I sat there for like maybe 20 minutes. Like, try it again, try it again, try it again. So I mean, vocal coaches will help you out with it, but I felt like it was pretty tricky.
It can be. Just got to do some theater, you know?
Yeah.
Learn to project on a stage.
Well, that is what paiN are hoping to get to here more frequently this year. Stages.
It is indeed.
Where the lights are bright.
kauez about to get the lights brightly through a scope into his face. Oh, but the trade is there. Instantaneous timing of these squeaky players are perfect. Wakadia, a little slow to respond, but he does get his pound of flesh and leave NQZ with a few pounds less. 2 players to brawl. One from this fight. Isolated shot into the elbow. Damage onto Jota as well. Both these players low, so he goes to the rifle. Good read, good idea, but now they're facing him together, and the high-low peak will be good. Only 1 player surviving, but at least Major can get his hands on that up.
Yeah, that's an incredible decision right there. With both players so low, you got to take that duel confidently. You can't allow NQZ to take that next fight on his own terms right there, because that's a very quick adjustment that he can get away with. So Eternal Fire kind of survived this early aggression on the gun rounds. Major able to finish the job. All that communication right there. As that executes hitting, getting loud there in the Eternal Fire camp. I think one of the bigger questions here after a great start to the year for this team is a little bit of discussion around, you know, the time that they have been on the road. If you make it into, you know, deeper and deeper into events, that's more time playing CS, it's more time traveling around. So that's what they've been highlighting as some of their problems here. But I think they're looking to, you know, potentially break that narrative, and definitely felt like a one-off comment, but it's always interesting to see how much it affects them here with the kind of condensed schedule. You know, you're constantly on the road, you're constantly moving now.
Yeah.
There isn't a lot of time off for the in between these events.
Suffering from success. It is the trade-off. It also doesn't give you much time to refresh the playbook. Keep an eye on this one down to the MP9s. Again, we talked about losing 4 players in that last. Not exactly ideal. Let's see if they can make it work regardless. Smokes outside. Spam with no one connecting. It is Zantares you have to deal with outside. So I don't know if we're going to want to go for all those upper wraps, although at least early on they managed to completely limit him in these first 4 rounds.
Roxic once again positioned effectively here, though. Silent Crawl here. If they continue to take this contact approach, they're going to walk into his scope.
This time there's no one behind him as well, so he gets to actually withdraw. Last time he's like, I hit my shot. Boom, insta dead. Wait, where's my squeaky player? This time, No one's down fence. It's all good.
Ooh, they only spotted the snow lurk right there. So common in the outer yard. There's so much more around it, and Eternal Fire had no idea that was the case. Complete surprise. And now the A side once again vulnerable.
That's kind of crazy that you lose Zantares crossing like that, and then Wakadia just peeks out way deeper than the players were. Might be falling apart now as a result, but let's see if this hut thrust can get them any motion going.
Uh-oh.
Not looking so good. Woxic on the line once more. paiN seeing the numbers whittle away. Everyone's coming from the same angle. Davideus now up top, dodging the flashes. Not cleared out, not checked. And it falls to Woxic. He's got that off. He might be able to get the player in the corner, but no, can't connect on the shot. And this is a troubling start for Eternal Fire. It's not just the fact that the scoreline is what it is, but it's, I mean, that round I think is a nice microcosm. Zantara is dead with no impact. Crosshair not even really trained on a player, just caught in transition. And then Wakadia looking past where the presence is, expecting that one player, Secret, not realizing two more could be close, and dying as a result. Starting to get a little concerning early, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, definitely the case. I like what paiN do there, though. Again, you know, walking Snow up there. If you take him down early and he's the only player that you see as the op of Woxic, you know, he's so oftentimes kind of solo lurking, so you probably think there's a lot more lobby because he's the only player that you spotted deep in secret. So as those smokes fade, they catch those players out in transition. But again, that communication here, you know, has to be given for Eternal Fire, and it has to be given quick enough to, you know, close out these rounds or at least provide that valuable input.
I think this combination of teams might be the most enjoyable comms to listen to in a studio without understanding a word of what they're saying. I always like standing like behind the setups for Eternal Fire because I don't speak Turkish. I don't understand a word, but they speak so emphatically in their communications that you can always tell what the pace of the round is just based on the speed of the communication and what's going on there. So it's quite fun to listen to. And then paiN as well, just Snow's voice echoing through the halls every time. Always entertaining. Major? Dead. I don't know what he's looking up for. It's not a boost I'm often seeing assembled, but this round's going to be a non-starter.
Just gonna have some fun with it here. And quickly dealt with. David to cap it all off there, no questions asked. paiN off to an incredible T-side start on their stronghold of Nuke.
All right, I'm just going to say it. This is already looking pretty rough for Eternal Fire. What you need to see for the series as a whole, regardless of what happens here on Nuke, but if you're an Eternal Fire fan and you're hoping they're going to take this BO3, we need to see Zantares wake the hell up. He's just getting completely countered outside, completely neutralized, and he's a guy where if he spends a whole map just unable to get anything going on the crosshair, unable to get the blood flowing, yeah, it could have some knock-on effects going down the line.
Yeah, you want to see maybe a little bit more setup here for him, try and get in the face of paiN. I honestly don't see that as a pretty common sequence there. Snow again doing a lot of talking in this this pause.
I like how I could just see a pair of glasses and bleached hair bobbing above the backdrop, moving through, and I knew exactly who it was. Shoutouts to Twists.
Did it have a nice bounce? Was it looking voluminous?
Voluminous?
Voluminous.
Voluminous. I mean, strong hair game, as we all know.
Indeed.
Nadage, smokage, fast.
Oh, goodness.
Woxic. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Ambitious.
On the vent.
Sound of the frustration, feeling like they need to get it done. That vent drop is through. 2 players down as well. And QC's going to hold on to this lobby space. And right now it's Jota trying to rally to do something about this lurk smoke. Could make this op very uncomfortable. The walk through. The walk through. Wakadia can't get it. Davideus, meanwhile, gets one more. And the op lives. Survival there for NQZ, so surprising. Frankly, looked like he was dead to rights. Not only that, he hasn't taken any damage. And that's going to slow them down a bit in this retake, but for now, they just have to acknowledge, we got to leave him alone. We have to deal with the 2 in front of us. Can't worry about the flank. Snow? Ooh. Can't really hold up. Davideus is low. NQZ trying to get in position for this. Smoke up. And don't imagine you're going to have a lot of vision. And overwhelmed by Xantares' anticipation. And that, there we go. Off of the timeout, off of the pause, off of the gap. Eternal Fire looking a little more polished.
That's a great look right there and a huge bit of aggression out of Woxic. I absolutely love the play. Unfortunately, there's 4 players running him down. So again, it's just that 1-on-1.
Feel like you need maybe the guy second vent to just spam.
Yeah.
Right? Just to give you a little bit of cover to play off of. But it felt like Woxic just said, you know what, we need to get the blood moving. We need to get the blood pumping. I'm going to go slap them in the face, see how everybody else responds.
Yeah, I mean, his op has offered up a lot of opening picks here already in this map. You know, one of which they were able to use successfully for a round. That one still close out another. But trying to get Xantares aggressive in towards this out of yard. So comfortably read by Snow. Easy pickings right there.
You thought maybe after that last round you'd get a little something going out as Xantares, but this is... Look, there's a lot of Counter-Strike to play. But here's a guy we expect godlike performances from. And right now he is looking distinctly mortal. Just the fact that so often he's not even getting a chance to put his crosshair on anybody. He's getting shot in the back. He's getting shot check up high. They're reading his positioning. They're reading what he wants to do. They're hard countering him.
Yeah, I got so many different setups right now. That's the issue with paiN and playing up against their Nuke is that it is so versatile. kauez. Difficult job of containing this ramp aggression. Self-flash for the peek in towards lobby just to gather this space. Molly's off the op presence as well. He is so aware right now of what Eternal Fire are trying to get away with here. All the while, the rest of the team is so effectively moving in the heaven side. This is completely unannounced as well from paiN. So they've got full leverage on into this bomb site. Big, you're going to see him from the top rope. Legs tapped away. It'll do the trick. And this is probably just going to be a save at this point here between Woxic and Wakadia.
It's got to be. It's got to be. There's no other option. This just, I mean, how many rounds do we get here for paiN before you think Eternal Fire are thinking GG Connect? I mean, they're a resilient team. They're a team that loves a comeback. They're a team that loves to mount these long, they don't say quit, they don't say die. So I'm not talking seriously, but it's the manner of these rounds where paiN just take command, grab the round by the scruff of the neck, and pull it all the way through. That's just feeling particularly one-sided. You know, I was asking the other day if we've ever had like a teammate slap another teammate falling in the face on land and get them woken up. Eternal Fire might want to deploy that playbook.
Yeah, maybe on Nuke here could be a good sign there for them, but it just feels like they're working the map so effectively here. It's a win on all fronts. Xantares still struggling, and it's because of this man right here and some of these head-to-heads. It's because of the game planning from paiN, keeping him nice and nullified at the moment. This is the reason, I mean, we're seeing a prime example of it, why Na'Vi are willing to play Train instead of Nuke versus paiN. It's just a lot to bear. Early on in this, we're getting the prime example of that. Timeout's going to be chugged through. They want to build up some sort of CT side success here. The best way to wake up, try and get these stars activated. I mean, Woxic's still trying to force these plays, and I like that out of him. He's been positionally pretty effective, but the trades have been strong on the side of paiN.
Little feedy fading there in spawn. Maybe like Eternal Fire's chances in this one. Feedy sounds like a great pasta.
Fermented with the feet. I bet you Toast would love that.
Toast would love that. My cat is obsessed with Cole's shoes. She's really been enjoying him spending time out here because she gets to smell his stinky shoes. I don't know what you're doing in there, but she's into it.
My shoes are, again, I was saying earlier, I don't think my feet ever really have a distinct smell.
Well, that's what you say, but clearly that's not true.
Maybe Toast just has a good sniffer.
She's got some ideas. She's into some stuff. Well, we'll see if Faber could get in their brains here. Maybe get the gears turning a little bit better. Get some WD-40 up in there.
That op shot rattles off here. I wonder if that cues up a little bit of speed. But again, you're looking at the positioning right now from paiN. They've got this out-of-yard lurk coming through. Snow again in secret, at least providing some coverage.
I got everything.
So much control.
I'm down. I'm up. I'm in their walls. It's going to keep the two players locked down here from Eternal Fire, and now it seems like we can get a straightforward upper bust. Oh, Jota having a little bit of a mare of a game as well. And now Major under pressure does collect. They don't face, and that allows the players up top. Now Xantares can get activated. Actually, a little bit of lack of cohesion here for paiN, and this might cost them. The slip up the vent is potent. Looked like Major was in trouble, but he stalls just enough time, and Xantares in position. That's just not happening. So here we go. Not only do Eternal Fire get the round on the board, but Xantares gets a multi-kill, which is exactly what you want to see.
Yeah, it's just a hero play right there from Xantares flying up the vent. But most of all, it's Major in the back of that site. Never falls, stays alive here long enough to allow those rotates to be efficient, and continues to play his life. So Xantares gets a couple backs turned, makes his job all the easier.
And with a I speak, let's go.
I speak, let's go. I speak nice. Universal.
Let's go, the universal words.
But that's important right there. I think Major having a big play and trying to revive this CT side. That's exactly what they needed right there. Hero off of some sense there, giving over to NQZ. It's trying to make a heroic play in this outer yard.
Ooh, and it's going to succeed. Goodbye, Woxic. Very nicely done. Snow wants to be next around the angle. Here's going to be the check. What a headshot. Crosshair placement lethal for Xantares is exactly what we expect from him. We can't see the next guy. That would be less than ideal. Still will survive, able to withdraw. So great result from Xantares, trading out the Auber, and able to, at least for the moment, slip away.
A little 4v4 action could work well for paiN right now.
Oh, boosting him up. I like this. Keep Xantares mobile.
Floating all over the map here. This ramp route, though, I mean, in the meantime here for paiN is a good motion from them. Wide open control, no one here really to offer up any resistance. Xantares does go down into hell, but it's just going to be Major here if they continue this lower endeavor. Still got Snow trying to cover off any lurking presence towards that outer yard, and it might be more of a retake setup at the moment here for this CT side, given the positioning.
Gotta be. Major's going back to clear secret, right? He's trying to get information outside because Xantares had a bit of info, but not a ton. And they've locked in on this A-take. Bomb's going to be planted Astralis. So now, how do you rally the troops into a retake? This one started off okay.
Snow's going to be a thorn in their side here on this late play. If they try and slide down the vents, maybe go down in towards secret as well. The footsteps are being heard. How did he
good awareness
in that?
Quick response. Would have thought that was clear because of Major. Could have been nightmarish. Instead, now David burning. But the Deus himself, the second? That's insane. I can't believe he collected on that, and that's enough. Eternal Fire backing out. They have to save. What the hell was that second shot from David Deus?
Oh, what a lifeline right there. He was going down low. It felt like they had his name written all over it.
Casual.
It looked like a chill adjustment. My God.
You wouldn't think he'd just been mollied out of the corner, was stuck in a crossfire. It's just like, oh, there's the second one. Just a point-and-click adventure for David Deus.
Oh, I mean, that's a great pickup there from Jota. But look at that, yeah, in the flames, having to fight through single door, and then somehow managed to take care of control. I mean, you could definitely see NQZ liking that one quite a bit, watching it likely from David's perspective.
You know how you can go back and rewatch that from his perspective a million times? Face It Watch.
Face It Watch.
Get in there. Face It Watch.
Watch it on Face It.
For the Face It gamer. You know what? Cue some pugs. Who's your...
Make sure you bring some friends with you.
Nah, do it solo. For the challenge.
That extra challenge, yeah. They need to have a solo queue like badge if you get level 10 with solo queuing. Something like that. That's a difficult challenge. One of the hardest challenges here, but a big trade from Bigu. Limiting Xantares to a one and done. That is a lot of information spotted here, but paiN are not quite in the mood to jump the gun here, especially with Wakati in this lobby control. This could allow for Eternal Fire to now start to get that lower rotate rolling. Just going to slow the round down big time here. Meanwhile, Woxic looking for some aggression, threads in a kill, and gets out of dodge.
For once, Woxic gets away from a fight unpunished. Feels like every time he's found a pick, he's like, yes, and insta-dead.
And traded.
The Wolf, though, gives his team the numbers. Now they're playing 2-2, split between the sites. No real information beyond that to operate off of, so at least on the initial site hit, paiN will have the numbers advantage. Question is, can they get out of them cleanly enough in a bomb plant to hold on to the post? Or even get the bomb plant to begin with. That is a big if.
They could slide on Woxic here. He just revealed himself, but it is actually the first prong being towards Mini instead of that heaven position from kauez. He was the last little bit of assistance there, and he's the last to get shut down quickly from Eternal Fire. They're getting back into things here.
This is what you wanted to see. They're spooling up. Not just for Nuke. I mean, they're doing enough on Nuke to give themselves a real fighting chance as we swap sides, but also just to get the juices flowing for the star players that you're going to need to be activated all series long. Woxic having some big moments. Santaris starting to have some big moments. They're spooling back up here. And that is going to be very important.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like Woxic still, you know, despite 7 and 8, it's kind of like 4 or 5 opening duels for himself, so.
He's playing fun.
He's playing fun. He's playing aggressive. He's getting in the face of paiN, and while there is some great protocols here on the paiN side that are landing a lot of trades on his positioning, you know, that could be something that Woxic's looking to do here in the future throughout the series now as well. Help out with the early opening picks on the side of Eternal Fire. Help out Zenteras and Arcadia that have been, as a duo, playing incredibly well in that first stage.
Oh. Just felt like he just perfectly found the gap in between the pistol players sliding through. So a bit fortunate for paiN perhaps, but they do lose kauez. That means that lobby lurk is going to be gone, and now NQZ collected outside. The longer you wait with these smokes gone, you just don't really have the utility to face here, and Videus out as well. So picked apart here. Feels like we are destined for 5 rounds for Eternal Fire. Unless they have completely allowed them the chance at the bomb plant. That doesn't matter at this juncture, provided you can defuse it.
Oh.
Okay, hold on. First vent drop has been checked. Now an upgrade on for Snow. We've seen him pop off with these guns before, but the Deagle can't get anything done. It has to be Snow. The ace required of him, and so he will slip around towards control, looking to exert exactly that, but will not find his way past Yota's crosshair. blood flowing there for Snow, but it feels like Zantares and Eternal Fire needed a few rounds to get that blood pumping, needed a few rounds to get warmed up. However, they have gelled in time for this to get interesting here on Nuke. You feeling interesting?
It's getting interesting for sure. There, we got a little bit of a heat up from Eternal Fire towards the tail end. Onto the T side they go. They're looking to bounce back in the second half here.
What's your Counter-Strike? Do you have any Counter-Strike stretch warm-up routines, Cole?
That one guy, what was his name? The doctor?
Talking about Dr. Levi?
Yeah.
Dr. Levi.
Doing a lot of these stretches here, the hand motions.
I can't see what you're doing. It's a clench. He's clenching.
Yeah, clenching my hands. That's
got to describe what you're doing for our audio-only segments.
Or our visual-only.
Major and Wikedia are very dead. That is not going to make this easier. This fight towards heaven is the round, and Big Uzera will be winning it for his squad. Nicely done. Now NQZ below the ladder. Big U up on top of the ladder. kauez for a little extra spice. Walk6 like, I've got so much space, guys. What am I going to do with it? Well, rain bullets down on NQZ. NQZ's like, bro, Big U, thought you were up there. What happened?
I've disappeared.
There's no way, though.
No.
Right?
Too good of a setup here on the A side, right?
They're just trying to coax him into the dualies. They're
They
just
get
trying to
Snow
coax
the
him. Come on, over the edge. It's safe, I promise.
It's actually
You want the sight? You want the sight, don't you? Yeah. Ah. 25 seconds. We're rotating now. Ooh, don't know about this one, Chief. Don't know about this one, indeed. Zantares, though, always make things interesting. However, he is going to be met by a David Deus.
It's the floor. A little harder right there on the B side. Falling down.
I have a question for you and our listening audience. Would Counter-Strike be a more entertaining game if we replaced every death sound with the Zeus scream?
It'd be... I mean, I think we'd get used to the change, but I don't know about more interesting.
I'm feeling some hesitancy from you here, Cole.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't mind it. I just don't think it'd affect me all that much.
What if we had a series of blood-curdling death streams?
It's, I mean, maybe then, yeah. If it like, if you could like time your entrance with like breaking the glass or something, so that you'd have still the element of surprise, like opening up the
lobby, and it's just my eye.
What's that clip of them jumping into window from the bench? And it's like, here's how you silent boost into the bench, and it's just someone screaming as they jump onto the windowsill. Unfortunately, it doesn't work there. There's not like proximity chat on CS.
But there could be.
That'd be fun. Could we get that rolling?
CS chat.
Could we do that for like a show match or something?
You're holding vent. You just hear from your head. All right, we're gonna throw the nade, and the molly's gonna come out, and then that.
Come peek me, come peek me, come peek me.
I think they might be hitting upper. I don't mean to alarm you, but
that could be fun. That could be the next show match.
Show match ideas here.
Gimmick.
We're cooking. Proximity chat CS. And also you can't talk to your own teammates except through proximity.
Yeah, okay, I like that idea. Ooh, I like this burst from Woxic. Able to make it work with the Glock. Couple extra kills for his troubles. Doing some damage to the economy. Not all that bad. We're rocking the burst here today, I guess, and Eternal Fire bursts their way through some kills.
Who's going to pioneer the FAMAS burst with the new FAMAS, the cheaper one?
I think the burst with just like the rifle, it's like you actually can just burst the gun itself, you know, like with fully automatic. So I feel like burst is kind of just trolling.
I didn't say is it a good idea. I said who's going to do it.
Who's going to be, but I imagine if it's going to be like long term, if we're doing the FAMAS burst,
we're defining a meta here.
It's got to be good at least.
Yeah. There's some logic to it.
Think so.
Well, Glock burst clearly OP, as
Yeah.
as demonstrated.
That was pretty effective there when they got head armor.
Volvo, please nerf. Actually, you know what? Volvo buff. I want to see long-range Glock burst fights across the map. Let's make it laser accurate.
Oof. Then we'd start seeing the complaints about, you know, from the Tech 9 about the Glock.
There's no one in ramp, is there?
That's an interesting here. I mean, kauez.
Oh boy.
Okay, that's one way to check it. Lots of information right there, but it is a concession of the control here. Good news for paiN, they at least have 2 players rotated down. There's a molly for control that's going to maybe force Snow into an uncomfortable position. He swings forward into the fight, and he spots out a whole lot of resistance right there. Beautiful follow-up from Woxic as well. And no bomb plant denial from David. They got this late lurk coming through from Arcadia. He strikes in time. And it's all according to plan here for Eternal Fire in their opening gun round.
Now if you're David, it's like, how do I even save? He's able to get away, actually. Quite unimpeded, but as I say that, ooh, look who's around the corner. Oh, not so unimpeded now. It falls to kauez to carry on their will. The lone survivor, carrying a message into the next round of, ouch.
He's the ramp player.
Maybe don't jump around that corner.
Yeah, good thing he wasn't there. He would have had to fight up against a whole lot of
good airstrike.
Eternal Fire. It's funny how he's the only one that survives this round.
Right? The one spot that was hit.
It's like, thank goodness I wasn't there. That would have been hard. Fortunately, it's his teammates to take the brunt right there. I mean, when you don't have ramp control, it is nice that you have 2 players lower. That is like, you know, the way that you can try and defend up against it. It's just too quick on the entrance right there. Woxic able to provide some extra coverage on top of Joda and his activity.
And the slow play from Arcadia as well in the lobby lurk. That's why NQZ was disjointed from Snow in the defense, right? He was waiting for that player to come down secret. Arcadia just never gave it to him. Some pistolos up. 2 of your heavy hitters as well. David Days in particular has been hitting heavy on this map. Just on the 5-7 now. kauez is boosted. That's one way to make sure he's going to stay in ramp. Hey, kauez, we're gonna boost you. Really? I think I'd be a little better mobile. No, we're gonna boost you.
I could help out with the outer yard though.
Yeah, but should one of the 5-7s do that? Maybe. No. You're gonna do that.
Just give it to the big gun here, kauez. Still a good position. If they hit ramp, it's not going to really head that direction, though. This cross, I think, is a little tentative with how they're working it, but they throw an A execute, so no eyeballs tucked in there. There's NQZ.
Oh, he knows.
He spots it out. He gets that information right now. It already drops a rotate here. David jumping onto this lower rotate here. Looks like it's heard as well from the Eternal Fire camp because they adjust their crosshairs back up secret.
Pixel? No pixel. Flashbang? Pretty good. Adjustment? Not quite quick enough. So well timed. Beautiful bit of play there from Zantares and Shota. And now pressure on Snow. 5-7. Not quite going to be enough.
It's a good round.
It's a very good round.
Like what Eternal Fire are doing right now. They're doing a good job of manipulating that rotates and playing off the back of the information that they're hearing. You can see that they cross down in towards secret. NQZ spots it. That jumps David down the vents. They hear his footsteps running down the vents. They walk back up secret into the A-bomb site right there, knowing that it's one less defender stabilizing that position. That's about as good as it gets for Eternal Fire here, and the mid-round decision-making coming through from Magic. So, I mean, the fact that he has only 5 kills right now, you gotta get far away from that bomb. I was gonna say it's playing in the back of Silo. You'd have been toast. Yeah, look, he's on 5 HP right now. Ouch.
Hitting a let's go.
Some smiles there going on for Eternal Fire off the back of some back-to-back great calls coming through.
Shout out to Zantares as well. We talked about the slow start to this game. He started like 1 or 2 and 7. Was really just getting demolished through the first 7 or 8 rounds of this map, and now back into the positive column. So great recovery there for a guy that we expect big things from. paiN, you start to see them feel the pressure because they're getting a little more emphatic than we're used to seeing him, right? There is, at times, this frustration, it feels like, for Biguzero with some of his young teammates when he feels like they're not playing as they should. And that's where they're going to get Rix active in the comms as well to take over, to take a little bit of this pressure off, to remind them and settle them down.
Yeah, still in a powerful position here on the CT side of Nuke, right? They're still in the lead. They're looking to close it out here. It's just the, slight economy issues, I think, kind of getting very active on the map here, and that's being exploited by Eternal Fire, who, if you're loud about your rotates and you're kind of very eager to reposition, you're not holding the shift key and remaining silent, I think Eternal Fire are just going to eat that up. They're going to be able to work around that every day.
It's funny, I think there's kind of a little bit of a tied thread between these teams. Not necessarily in terms of the way that they play Counter-Strike, although there are elements of that as well, but in terms of the surrounding circumstances, the timing of their rise through the scene, the struggles that they've had in terms of consistency, the fact that we know that for both these teams, when the peak is hit, they can be quite high indeed. Eternal Fire may be a little further along in that journey than paiN, but some lessons to learn from both of them. kauez ducking his head up like a little groundhog there, and nibbling on their ankles. They're going to send him back down, scrolling into his burrow. Puxatani kauez, we call him. I think he saw a shadow call.
Does that mean it's going to warm up?
No, the opposite.
6 more weeks of winter?
Winter, yeah. 6 more weeks of Eternal Fire wins. 6 more rounds. That's enough.
Wait a second.
That's the right number.
That's what they need. Well, that's just a bit dreamy right there for them. The exact thing they were gunning for right now. kauez gonna to hold onto his rifle once again, but he is not making it out of this round. Not this time. No. He's getting hunted.
Unless.
But taken care of.
Forward?
Oh. Woxic's gonna... He's gonna survive here. He actually gets sent towards the back of secret. There could be some guns to be picked up, but you're not gonna head in that direction. But Eternal Fire, they got their first of the 6 that they need. And again, it's just very decisive from them. Pathing coming through there. The thing that sucks about that kill from Xanterra's is it happens as soon as they get assembled on the boost, so that A1S did not drop into his teammate's hands, which is a bit of a bummer for paiN.
That is cheeky. That is unfortunate. This one feels consequential for paiN. You lose here, Eternal Fire are tied up neck and neck. Your economies again pressured. And this streak of uninterrupted round wins for Eternal Fire starts to become very intimidating indeed. So, Young Guns of paiN perhaps feeling the heat. A little hot underneath the collar. And right now, Eternal Fire, keeping it cool, calm, and collected, have a whole stack of players moving down secret on perfect timing.
It's just flawless right there from the cross. Avoid the HE as the first smoke fades and move into the second one. And paiN are none the wiser judging by the map movements here. They have no clue that they have successfully made this cross here. There's going to be no resistance. Finally, the noise being made that they're down in this position. But they're not going to be able to jump the vents, and they're not going to be able to get down in towards the ramp side. Woxic still distracting in the meantime here. Gets taken down low. But he's kept everyone's attention tucked in on this position, and now it's open access to B.
It's great information, right, as well. Now there's one player moving in spotted, but he spotted the player heaven, he spotted the player lockers, right? So you know there's a high-low peak going outer yard out there. It generally speaking means that one of the ramp rotates is up top. You're not going to have heavy presence here on the lower side. That kill from Davideus might just give them a chance, but they don't have retake utility, so they need to get these kills early. Taking care of the lurk, that's huge. Major out of play gives them the opportunity to actually contest this round. Otherwise, it might just have been done.
I like the idea that they're retaking from separate directions here. That could offer up some openings as well. All floating through from the ramp.
Oh, that's a tough phase. Claudia strikes first. And QZ looking to open this up, but they're just losing the bodies. They gave themselves the opportunity, but they could not capitalize. And once again, you gotta save. Look at the health on Wakati and Woxic. This one could have been so close for paiN. But they still cannot bring it through.
Brutal. Ripped away right there from Eternal Fire in the post plant. Don't.
I like the ambition to think that you could save.
Yeah, you're not making it out on one.
Like, you gotta try.
See if that box offers up any coverage, but no, that nuclear bomb still blowing up quite effectively here on the map of Nuke. This is great position. Arcadia, again, I mean, he has been a stud in their series 1 here in stage 2. Helped out a lot there and stepping up, and is now bringing in more success here for Eternal Fire. This T side looking great here, so that's, you know, Magic being able to call the shots effectively.
3 players pushing off these MP9s with one behind them as well. NQZ going to try and route that in towards Secret, but this is the full stack. They're calling their shot. If this is a ramp play, it's going to be a wall of bullets back the other way.
What's the game plan here for paiN? Just waiting on the smoke fade. Going to look to overwhelm Xanteras.
Yep, lobby crunch. It's coming through. There's a player hut as well. They're just trying to brawl this, trying to battle it. Some effective bloodletting here, but without a kill from the hut player. The math still works out pretty beautifully for Eternal Fire. At this point, they will take those. You want to throw MP9s at them? Sure. Let's dance.
Yeah, because, you know, you have 3 MP9s around the corner. We have 3 AKs ready to catch you as well. That's really good positioning from Eternal Fire. It just looks like they're so prepared for this CT side from paiN. I mean, that's a crazy play to try and throw out into the mix and shake things up a little bit. It should just catch Eternal Fire off guard, but they've got so much preparation here, ready to go, dealing with the aggression, and it's going to give them the lead now here on this T side.
This is 5 rounds in a row for Eternal Fire. Now coming through as they slide into double digits. As soon as the guns came out in the second half, paiN have just been struggling to find solutions. The saved rifle dropped over, and QZ, I think, should be able to get the AWP up. But, well, they're coming his way. Hold on. Can he get himself an AK upgrade? Yes. Woohoo. That's a nice find. Delivery. Oh, and it's taken away.
It was a trap.
Boxing said, actually, there was an error with your order, sir.
We're going to have to take that one back. Return to sender. That will be given right back into the hands of Eternal Fire. Sloppy aggression again, looking good, but held up against the amount of resistance there. They are very prepared for that.
Have you ever had the cheeky mix-up where you order food for yourself and then get handed some family's meal with like 6 people's worth of food?
It's actually crazy. I don't think I've ever had a problem with any food delivery service.
That is miraculous. One time I tried to do a really nice thing.
Horror stories, and I've just never been unlucky, I guess.
My greatest horror story is I tried to do a very nice thing back in the COVID days, in the first year of it, when we were all trying to figure ourselves out. My girlfriend and I had to be isolated from each other for our first anniversary, second anniversary, I don't know, one of those anniversaries, because I had been at an event with a bunch of people, potential exposure. And I tried to do something nice and order us both a really nice dinner from our favorite sushi place. And mine arrived no problem. Hers, which was supposed to arrive at the same time, they went past their place, and then they kept driving, and then they kept driving, and they stole the meal. Just never looked back. Reported them, got refunded, all that, but it was
they said the sushi looks so good.
Coordination on that did not quite line up.
Your meal has been ate. Apologies. I was hungry. Yeah, that's a tough one. I can't lie.
That was a hard one.
So excited for your sushi. So was the driver. Hope they enjoyed the meal.
Yeah, right, I mean, I hope it was worth it for them.
And towards the ramp, double ramp setup though. See what sort of meals can be made here for paiN. It's just going to be Xanteras opening things up. Back to what we'd imagine he's bringing to the table here for Eternal Fire. Back to what we expected. Double entry in. And no need to jump the gun here. No need to rush. They can still work a very open A-bomb site. Now NQZ under fire. And he's just going to get blasted.
paiN feeling about the same level of disappointment as I did, watching that little dot just move up the map further and further away from where it was supposed to go. Just that crushing, sinking feeling of, oh, they didn't miss the turn. They're not going back. In fact, they haven't missed any of these turns in towards the bomb sites. We took a wrong turn somewhere a long time ago. And again, it's just a question of whether you can even get anybody out of this round. Because Air's position's known, they're hunting him up. They're trying to keep the pressure on, and there's no world where they're going to let him hold this gun for free. He's about to be dead from the garage player. And there it is. Another clean round where Eternal Fire just grabbed the round by the scruff of the neck from the very beginning and never let go.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you're just not even saving rifles as well, which is a very frustrating part. It's not particularly close as well. In some of these rounds, you're just getting leveled out on the early entrances. A lot of these are pretty open access bomb plants here as well because of how effective Eternal Fire have been in positioning. That round, it comes down to just a little bit of extra impact from Xantares. You know, double entry will go a long way for you.
That helps.
And
don't let him heat up.
now they got 11. And
He's heated up.
I feel he has heated up.
He's hot. One might say the fire has become eternal. Except he didn't actually start the map very fiery, so I guess it wasn't so eternal.
It just started out as a slow burn, but it got explosive.
Now it's a current fire. Maybe they need to get their hands on that fire extinguisher to paiN, but no one's in position for it right now. And it's starting to feel like no one's going to be in position for this map. Turns out Puxatawny kauez might have had something.
You know, I always thought that was a myth. It might be real.
Somewhere out there, Bill Murray is smiling. And maybe learning to play the piano. Whoa. Whoa. Backside molly. Flashbang on. 2 players here. 1. Finding impact. 5-7 though. paiN into a corner. That's pretty tough. NQZ trying to survive. No. Not to happen. Up the fence a little bit too late. Too little, too late, too dead. Unless you're kauez. Dodges the nade. 1v2. He's got no health. Any other circumstance, you'd say he's saving, but they're getting desperate, and he's still saving.
It's molly for hut, or molly for squeaky door, smoke for hut. You know, pick your poison, but you're not making it out of that round.
No.
Not with the positioning, not with the posts from Eternal Fire. This is going to be 5 in a row to get into map point now. And looking to make it 6 to close here. And Eternal Fire just not looking back. Not at all. They've got guns out here on this T side, and they have remained flawless since. Woxic looking great on the rifles here as well.
I mean, this is now...
provide some extra coverage.
This is now 7 in a row. Reminder, paiN 1 to 2 after the pistol. Pistol in the next.
Right.
And from there on out, just... wow, clean sweep. Now they're not even yelling. They're just chill.
Yeah,
they're calm.
That's a scary Eternal Fire as well, man.
Isn't this like... they're not even hyped when they're winning. It's just the expectation. Spray looking a little accurate here. King shit, indeed.
Sometimes that 13th can be the most difficult. We'll see if that remains so. And Terra is now scaling in towards that outer yard for this round. And it is mission accomplished. Check that one off the list here. Down in towards Secret. That's a great sign. They're also worried about a vent drop at the moment that could come through with the smokes that are given. But now, as you take that ramp control, or secret control, you're going to head in towards ramp. Snow gets leveled out in QZ. You might have to shift at some point. Yeah, there it is.
Oh, no, perfect timing as well for Eternal Fire. The AWP has just left the door open, and you're sliding in. Now Xantares can come back down. You can see kauez is trying to position to deal with him, but that is a tough man to deal with. And the AWP doesn't have vision as they drop on down. Oh, terrible spot for kauez. Has to try and fight forward, but he makes the most of it. How on earth? Position known, and yet still he's fighting here. Xantares going to be a nuisance here in the back lines. He's low on health, but he is finding all the impact that he can. Bomb planted. kauez trying to end his own prophecy. Trying to undo it, but he needs some contribution from his teammates. They're both coming in from the ramp, and QZ will find some. But Xantares just will not be denied. Maju in the rat hole. Xantares eliminated. He falls the captain of the squad to keep this half clean. First objective done. Smoke now onto the bomb. Big Uzera bringing him the face! And Big Uzera will just... oh no. Oh no, he can't find the bomb.
No!
He can't find the bomb. Oh no. There's no kit. That you can't save the round. Big Uzera, it doesn't matter. Not like this.
Pull the fire alarm.
Oh no! He couldn't find the defuse. He did the hard part. But the C4 slips on by. Eternal Fire. 8 rounds in a row. 6 from the prophecy of kauez. There's something to aspire to. And I'd imagine that's definitely the case for his teammates as well.
Yeah, I think that's the big aspect here, playing and bringing in some of these younger talent here. You know, if you're talking about Eternal Fire's newest member, Jota, you know, I think that's definitely, you know, he has so many players to look up to in this team. And
young talents like 29-year-old Zantares.
You know, still
out fragging all these 17-year-olds.
How to remain a talent here for a long time, if that's the case.
Did Snow ferried pistols over for himself?
Yeah, we saw it yesterday from Quesarado. Remember, he was shooting initially in coffins.
Yeah.
And then he backed up into coffins, picked up the dual Berettas. They chased him as the 4-foot-man flank came through from A.
Yeah.
And he got 2 on the dualies. We saw that yesterday, so...
Apparently Snow saw that round too. Gonna deploy that tech.
He's like, you know what, that's pretty cool. Let's walk into the A stack instead.
Looks a little silly. Fortunately, it is traded out here for Eternal Fire. And as they obtain this pit control, bomb plant might be viable. Zantares needs to hold them at bay, but Walks it can plant. There's no utility to unseat him. So this bomb goes down. Molly chose the wrong spot. It's a brawl on the site, but it's a brawl that they will win. So no harm, no foul. But a little bit for Jota. Lost in the sauce there, lost in the smoke.
Yeah, the flash maybe was a second behind where it needed to be, so he's waiting there. It is a lot of faith in your teammates, that's for sure. He's like, guys, it's fading, it's fading, it's fading. Oh, and I'm dead.
It just looks so goofy.
You gotta respect the trust. I mean, we said he looks up to these guys. You know, that probably means he has a good amount of buy-in. You have to imagine. Flash never did come in time. Jota found on the floor of brackets last round here, but revived in this one.
Jota also familiar with the quintessential Eternal Fire experience of in the roster, out of the roster, going overseas, proving yourself, back in the roster. Some time on the academy team as well.
Yeah, I quite like his play. When I was watching him on Senegal, he was very active, and I like that he was such a young player that was willing to be that active here. Feels like he plays a beautifully updated CS2. And it's offered up Eternal Fire that extra edge here. Just peeking in his kauez, though, and that's a little bit overwhelmed. Nice trade from Woxic.
He's going to be Madra here, right? He can back them back out into Banana. They've shifted the third player over. It was the fourth player, and then kauez died. But it doesn't seem like Madra actually wants to open this up. He's just providing a little bit of the backstop, putting that idea in Bigazera's mind, denying that info.
Does force Snow to kind of reposition, cheat back over towards that B side, but he's still covering off the arch side for now. Continued aggression's a bit interesting here, and yeah, it's going to get punished. David now looking to recover, but he's spotted and he's vulnerable to this apartment alert coming through. He finds one, but that's the big trade right now, and they're going to run it down into the Major freebie. That one's over, done with, taken care of, and paiN getting very eager on that A side. That I think right there, a prime example of some of the uncomfort that we see, discomfort from paiN in terms of the defense there. Watching that setup just collapse with 20 seconds, 15 seconds left on the clock, and then them get aggressive in towards A. It just feels like sometimes David's so uncomfortable in the pit position. He likes to jump out of it. He likes to take fights, and brutal just walking into the patience from Eternal Fire.
It is curious that they continue to play him into that spot. It just doesn't feel like a natural mesh for his abilities, and considering the fact that on virtually every other map, it feels like they're maximizing David Deus' positions, Inferno feels like a bit of an outlier in that. What would you do with him?
I mean, I would like to see him maybe try and float around the map a little bit more, potentially. I mean, maybe towards that B side, get him aggressive in those fights. I mean, sometimes, you know, we will see that out of paiN. Anyways, just given how this map works, but I definitely like to get him activated here, get him a little bit more forward-facing.
We've got the classic I go one site, everybody else go other site from Bigazera call here. Going for a cheeky stack up. This nade is going to be nice. Oh, boy. Follow-up. Uh-oh. paiN on notice early here. They wanted to go for a cheeky aggressive play, and instead they have been cheekily annihilated. Still can find some damage, though, but they're getting chewed up. Spat out. Spit down. Even exchange. Nate can't quite chase it. kauez under pressure will survive. Bomb's making its way over here, so the round may not be able to be denied, but paiN at least have made it frisky. Gotten some guns to do so as well, but now they're just going to try and save it.
I'm saying David got us two over there towards the B side, aggressing down banana.
There you go. That's your guy.
Just keep an eye.
So did I hear correctly the friend who's visiting you does tattoos?
Yes.
I think, can we get her to do the
back piece?
Davideus back illuminated manuscript back piece?
We could, yeah. It would take a little bit, but you know what? This is the last day of the B stream for Pro League, so I'd have time to heal. You know, sitting in the back of this chair would not feel good with a nice new back piece, but...
You can cast from your stomach for the rest of it. I'd set that up for you. We'll find a way.
We should get the table flattened out there.
Beyond Noodle's dog bed.
Oh, that would be perfect. That'd be perfect.
Could we get a live tattooing of the Davideus back piece while we cast?
I think it would hurt too much. You'd just be hearing my noises.
Just the Zeus scream. What do you think Cole should get tattooed as a back piece? Get in the EPL mailbag at efg.gg. This is our last day to check it. So title, put back piece in your subject line or back shots, whatever you're really feeling. And we'll know what you're talking about. EPL mailbag at efg.gg.
If it's cool enough, it might make it.
Let us know what you
onto
think.
the canvas.
He wants more tattoos.
That's true.
If you had to get one player's face tattooed on your body, who would it be? One professional Counter-Strike player, full face piece.
You know, for my like childhood fandom,
Yeah,
I'd probably say Stewie.
Stewie, youthful Stewart 2000. It's the IEM Dallas 2024 champ right there.
Came back for a belt.
Came back for a belt, dipped, refused to elaborate. Walked in off the streets. Took G2 to a trophy. Caused them to change rosters.
G2 to a trophy. I mean, maybe with the extra crowd buff.
I think so.
You know, that might be onto something there.
G-Stew, too strong. He was so good, he made them sign another NA player.
It was all that aura he brought. He's just a winner, you know? Some people just know how to win.
I think the young Stu backpiece would go hard. You could do, you know, the design from the Launders shirt?
Yeah.
Yeah, the boss.
That's probably would have to be the
Could
picture,
do that as the full backpiece.
That would have to be the one.
Who do we want to talk to from Eternal Fire here if they just keep cruising like this? Who do we want to get on the pipe? On the horn.
Was there a pregame interview? I think we got into this one pretty quick, so maybe there was, but we did an exit interview with Golden, actually, so...
Yeah, I think that's mostly what we saw.
But maybe there was a pregame interview that we didn't have time to show, because it was, you know, quickly into this one. But maybe Madger? I like what he's doing right now. I like what he's calling.
Thanks.
I feel like they're really well prepped for this matchup here, and as they should be. It's elimination on the line, but the way that they just kind of... And I haven't seen paiN look that uncomfortable on the CT side. The way that they just forced him to jump all around that map, so effective. I mean, we saw NQZ with his back turned as they would slide out ramp slowly. It felt like everywhere they went, they forced the evacuation from paiN. The way that they breeze past these T sides, I mean, on Inferno I kind of expect it, but on Nuke, not so much. He's been calling up a great series so far. Been cooking.
Yeah, it's been cooking. Oh, kauez doing some cooking here. Finds the first. They're able to back away. Some extra damage there. And that molly.
Low on it. All good.
A little hot to trot him on the toes. Okay, he just wanted to flash me. I thought he was going to go through that for a second.
Thought it was an HE, but yeah, I think you're right. Oh, no, molly. What's this going? Oh, it's a little left-right click.
Counter molly. You don't get to see anything, Zantares. No vision for you.
Cadia now. I think you have to get active. If you're in a 4v5, you got to take this space back, at least trying to claim something in return.
He's going to get some room up by the old hay cart.
Oh, NQZ.
Barrel cart now. Damage done, but clean shots.
Okay, we're at a 3v5, and we got only a single B defender. That's a little concerning for me, paiN.
Well, kauez is starting to rotate back, but this does seem like they're going to settle for the retake if they need to. Molotov there to try and slow this down, but the bomb's already forced across, and the spam not going to find. Magic risks a little bit more of it to get some advantaged positioning, and now with this bomb down, I mean, this isn't the worst thing for Eternal Fire. This is workable. There's util back in if they can get Davideus back, but he is the furthest one along from it. It seems like he's going to go for the B flank. Yeah, okay, he will rotate in. This is going to buy precious time, and kauez trying to deal with a Major fighting through, trying to give them an advantage. The bodies are dropping. You can't blame Eternal Fire for trying to peel off some numbers before this full retake hits. But as it is now, Woxic's position known. They can just get on the stick and get on the shots, and paiN will find their second.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you're in that 3v5, sometimes on Inferno B side, you can kind of rely on a crossfire, but they did have retake utility, and that's where that gets a whole lot more difficult. You can't play in towards new box, essentially, in this round. In the 3v5, so trying to get aggressive, maybe take kauez's control. If Magic wins that duel and sidelines one, you know, dodges back into that smoke, then you're a 4v3, and Terrace peeks into CT, then you're in a 3v3, and then all of a sudden you can tuck. So that's the game plan. That was the vision for Eternal Fire in that post plan. Just paiN doing a good job of offering up that resistance. We're going to see them back on the board for this defense here. And successful down banana, I think, is the big story of that last round. Big U being able to offer up a little initial resistance. And a beautiful HE. More success in that department here. Make it a double. So much damage done onto Jota and Woxic. Xanterra's all taken down low here. You get to start your round as the classic B-side positioning. Down to 50 HP or below.
This is when he's most dangerous, though.
When he has to get the headshots.
It's like a berserker type of situation, you know?
Yeah.
A certain amount of blood loss, and he just activates the rage mode.
One flashbang. Baits the smoke.
Big Zera's coming back with more util. Full belt.
Everyone hiding behind this smoke, it's going to be very explosive, I think, is the vision right now for the Eternal Fire camp. There's those smokes for coffins. CT, the mollies to go in as well.
Still holding the molly. Still holding the molly. They're going to flash through. Molotov going to tick them up, but, well, no, it's answered upon. It's not bad.
Okay, that's good.
Spam helps. Spam helps a lot. They haven't revealed Snow yet. They haven't revealed Snow yet. He's going to line him up. Shish kebab shots coming through. And he's making a meal of this site control. Snow has done enough, done plenty. His teammates are here. The cavalry is on him. Wakadia is out.
See what Snow has to say about that one. I'm sure everyone in the studio's hearing that huge
I've got
defense.
an idea. I think it's going to be something like a little bit of a Bora. I don't know, maybe a Carayo. Just a hunch.
Big old smile there for the young gun. Snow locking it in here. So beautifully played in the back of that dark position, and then just threads that aggression timing in perfectly. Able to peek forward, managed to hit the lineup as well. That's a dream defense coming through from the young gun here on paiN. Big U offering up one in the smoke doesn't hurt there, capitalizing on all those low HP bars. It's again, you know, an early victory on banana with the utility damage, and it's gonna make the job that much more comfortable for Snow with those low HP bars. It's going to lessen the trade potential of a team that has already shown us today their trades are on point here for Eternal Fire. Their entries have been on point as well. We didn't get that Berserker Xanterra's that we highlighted, that we knew could come through.
Okay, he's just trying to repeat the form from Nuke. So you have to go down a certain amount of the scoreline to really get him more Berserker raged,
Yeah.
and it activates.
That makes sense. I think that
Just
checks
procrastinating,
out.
you know?
You know the best way to help out an A defense if you're a little bit uncomfortable?
What's that?
Have 4 players.
That is helpful. More number, more better. Now, I'm not a math guy, but my advanced stats say More crosshair equal more bullet equal more kill. Davideus no kill, and now execution is explosive here. Massacre on the site. Not enough bullet, not enough crosshair, not pointed right direction.
Too much HE.
Much HE, yes.
That
Psycho boom.
yeah, that it goes boom, and so does the mental right there for paiN. They got the right read. Snow's peeking down banana, and as he's jump spotting, watching the kill feed just roll on out, he's just scratching his head thinking, what on earth just happened? It's good smoke from Eternal Fire. It's kind of in between the hate card and the site proper, and that allows for the HEs to be thrown comfortably. David inside the pit just gets blasted, and they push past that smoke off of good utility right there. I think the perfect time to kind of throw one of those punchier executes on out. Maybe a little gimmick that you have in store for us. Nade stacking into the pit because they didn't have the best weaponry, but they close the distance quickly off the back of that utility.
The nade stack in the pit is just so powerful. It's just so good. It's so good. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? You don't even get to peek. You're trying to tuck in. You're trying to play off of your teammates on site. You're like, if I just hide here, they'll throw a Molotov, I'll smoke it, and then I can play the late. No, dead. Insta.
Yeah, you're hoping that it's a molly so that you can just get the smoke out. So I imagine David just sitting there ready to go with his smoke as the execute comes his way. But you can't smoke 3 HEs on location. That's not going to do you any favors.
That's where you need a bug net, so you catch them and fling them back. That's the next piece of utility add to the game.
Invisible string set up. Oh, wow. Big flashbang. Oh, and David, he was thinking about it. He was thinking about it, but he doesn't go for it.
His paintings are falling off the wall. Have some respect for art. Just the pixeliest of pixel gaps. Just a little sliver into the hall.
Oh, that's tough.
Ouch.
That's a whole lot of time right there to try and take down Xanteras, but not enough to claim the kill. Just a lot of damage there. He finds the opening pick off the back of the flashbangs.
See, he's procrastinating so much, he was even procrastinating that spray.
True.
Gave him a chance and said, all right, enough chances, headshot.
It's going to be a stack on A no matter what the case is.
Ooh.
Gambling here is pain. 30 seconds left. Oh, and they're starting to rotate one back over towards this B side. There's no time to adjust, though.
Oh, probably should have thrown that. Might be thinking a little too late, but he's got a pit player. No nade stack for him this time. Just one nade. That's not enough nade. You need 2 nade. Everyone knows the math. Everyone knows the answer. And with 10 seconds, yeah, this is just going to have to be a little bit of a savvy poo for these 2 AKs. Saveroni.
Some good risk taking there from paiN. I think we needed to see Xanteras walk it out B potentially. I mean, that's just hindsight, though. You know, if he's able to maybe, with his low HP bar, go and try and walk it out and see if there's anything extra on that B side. He could have called over those players with the bomb back over, maybe identified a stack, but instead it's that late rotation back in towards A, and they walk headfirst into the stack. And QZ with some great opping here, though.
Never gets old.
Never getting tired.
Never getting tired. It's important to have somebody like that on the team, you know? Well, Energizer Bunny to kick everyone else into gear.
The Terrace can't do the boost either, man. What's going on with this boost?
I don't think...
Is this the hardest boost known to man?
They did it there. They did it there. They succeeded.
They got it the second time.
Well, we have seen so many teams.
It might be the hardest boost.
Maneuver. It just ain't happening. We're back to the halls. Do we think they need to tag Davideus this time? Got him last. He's not in the pit this time. More dynamic by the hate card, but, well, okay, they just clotheslined him. Offer, maybe out of play. Oh, it's so messy. Xanteras gets his, and now the teammates are here to clean things up, and with NQZ so low on the site, it's demolition derby on. And the poor little car of paiN has been totally flipped off the road.
I mean, it's constantly walking into these 4-man stacks, and I don't know how they're doing it. It's got to be these like setups looking just so shaky. Again, you have 4 players on A, but they're taking like off angles to porch solo. They were able to win last round using the pit and balcony maneuver.
It feels like we've
Pit and balcony maneuver.
Pit balcony maneuver is a strong one. It feels like we've just set up this A fight so that it's like a Rube Goldberg machine. So whoever knocks down the first domino, everything's tumbling on the other side. It's like the domino into the bowling ball, knocks down a vase, which topples over and hits a frying pan that launches an egg. But if you can't get that first kill, you're the other side. Your domino's falling. Your bowling ball's rolling. It's just the momentum's too much to bear.
And I mean, maybe with these 4-man A lanes, if you want to try and get aggressive, you want to maybe press forward there and try and take some space towards A, alleviate some of that pain that is being felt on the lack of presence towards B. But again, with if you're gonna have 4 players on the A side and kind of cover that side of the map pretty heavily with the numbers, you can just lean on a crossfire setup. You can just play, that contact game like we saw just 2 rounds ago.
No, I was just pointing at the warmlies, the hand warmers.
Oh,
Get those locked in if you want them. I saw Major playing with them.
yeah.
They're not charged, I don't think. So I don't think they will warm you at all.
They're magnetic though.
They are fun to
Pretty
fidget
cool.
with.
Warmly. Nice.
I've somehow managed to break half of them, but the other half still works. So we're all good. I don't know how I pulled that tech. You got nothing to fight with in this one, if you're paiN. So we're just going to go for a cheeky B stack.
Like the boost.
Always fun.
Think Zentera is going to be the poke and prod here, trying to identify the stack though.
You know what I miss?
What's that?
The Yertle the Turtle boost on Overpass. They just assemble to op into heaven out of spawn. It was a great boost. Oh, Santara has identified the stack at the cost of his life. But they've got A. So, all good. Provided Major doesn't get punished here and can go back for the bomb. This is some pretty good positioning here for Wakadia. Okay, no one's here.
Check. All right. Yeah, that was a fun one. I definitely don't miss Overpass. It was all right, but I've been liking.
Miss Overpass?
No, not really. I've been liking Dust 2 quite a bit. Dust 2 has been a very fun map for me.
I love Overpass. Dust 2's fine.
I miss Go Overpass. I can't lie.
Overpass?
When opping was easy, but that's more so me playing. But I have a little bit of disdain for Overpass because of the A1S meta and 12 CT rounds was like a bad CT half, and it would just go into OT because of that. So you just watch 2 halves. Go Overpass was a little more fun, or CS2 Overpass, but
Terrorists win.
good riddance.
Add the water back to Overpass.
Bir daha furaya başlayalım biz can default başlayacaksan.
The like old water?
They just took all the water away.
Did they?
Yeah. On the current edit of Overpass. Not only did they take the water out of the map, they apparently deleted the water assets from the game. So other community modded maps that use those same water assets broke. Which is just an insane way to do that. But very Valve. Hey, we can't figure out a bug with this water. Get rid of it.
Yeah. One way to do it. Also in the early utility to cover off this apartment's presence. They have really liked their apartment's control here in between Wakadia and
You know what that
Dota.
nade stack, though, says? No nades for Pit.
Oh, so you
But-
can play that position.
No David in Pit. He's on the balcony, on the porch instead.
That's going to hurt. I'm only going to force NQZ a little bit out of position right now. And they're scaling. I mean, they're ready to pounce on this play, but it is a great crossfire to operate under. David going for another swing here. Joda a little late on his lurk, but there's only a sidearm for David. He gets leveled out here and into the mini pit they go. kauez looking to recover, but gets spotted out now, chasing down the kill in the mini, but Joda playing a dangerous game of whack-a-mole. And he comes out on top. kauez bopped on the head. And this one not going to really go forward here from paiN.
Unless Biguzera starts it right here. Right. No, it's still going to be a save even if they kill Santaris. They're so out of position. Right here. Right now. Boost up. Deleted. Oh, God. It's Santaris. And he can't get it.
Oh, they're hunting. I mean, I guess next is the last of the half here.
Yeah, why not?
They've got plenty to go around. Well, worth the investment here of trying to chase down these kills, maybe hold on to Wogs and the AWP, or at least don't give it over. But not kill from Biguzera, probably going to provide some safety. Joda can go a little bit aggressive. Either way, Eternal Fire onto 7. Able to get past that setup. Despite some early success from paiN, I mean, that theory that we have of the dominoes tumbling over, this time relieved by Joda. He holds those dominoes up out of apartments. Keeps Eternal Fire steady.
Steady indeed. Ooh, that last shot was nice. Little pop shot. Joda looking very good on this map in general. Even before that point, he was 8-4, then stacks on 3. In that final, penultimate, not quite final, round of the half. It's a fun word, penultimate.
Yeah, I always thought it was just a fancy way to say final.
No.
But it's the round before the final round.
Minor. Yeah,
It's
the ultimate
penultimate
final
round.
Penultimate round of what could be the penultimate half here for paiN. 1 for 1 in the apps. Some impact for Davideus. At least he won't get naded. What he's saying. Oh, almost the catch there on that smoke bloom. Jota trying to make them as uncomfortable as possible in this A set.
Oh, ticking. kauez ticking. Snow. Oh, and the crosshairs of Santaris, and he's way too sharp right now. And it is Woxic getting run over by NQZ on that MP9. Joda is playing on the smoke, though, so effectively. And kauez didn't even know what hit his teammate right there. He's still stuck in the pit, and his position looking to get flushed out. It certainly is. Joda just way too active to be handled right now. Biguzera looking to recover this thing, trying desperately for some smoke spam that just won't connect.
It's a whisper and a prayer, a smoke to at least give him a little bit more real estate to try and slip out on towards the site, but there's 3 crosshairs. So every side of the smoke should be watched. There's just no reason to give him anything. Spray on out, demonstrating his mood right now, stuck behind this. And on top of the box, Santaris will lay him low. Double their scoreline, and Eternal Fire are crowing after that. Everything's coming out roses for Eternal Fire. paiN again getting off to a little bit of a hot start, but this time it cooled oh so quickly. Oh, this is the problem with... What, are we just really big fans of the Fantastic Four here? What's going on in this Italian village? I've never noticed that on the shirts.
Was there a fantastic... Was there just a four?
Like a 4 in a circle, which is close to the logo.
Yeah, it's close enough.
Basically there.
Oh, can we do it this time?
Big Human Torch fans. At least on Eternal Fire's side.
So
got it.
Boost was working. They took a bit of a different approach on that boost as well, so maybe easier to execute there, but it still seems like Joda's aware. It doesn't matter. But Snow is as quick as can be right there. Arcadia has to use his 2 guns.
What if you could point them 2 directions?
I was going to say, you can only put them one direction. And he's got 2 players looking to close out on him here. paiN remained very slow on this T side.
Need the chameleon eyes for that one. Look 7 directions at once or whatever. Point the gun 2 directions. Lock it in.
3 towards B, only 3 towards B though, with the bomb committed. This is scaring them off. That's it for the best, but Arcadia looking to close off some of those options. They leave a lurk here in NQZ that might open up more avenues, but they are just so confused about where the end goal is. They got to go in towards Arcadia.
That's not where the Molly's supposed to go. It's off the balcony. You're torching up those nice people's courtyard. Now the bomb's been spotted. Both players have as well. Wakadia, good info, good stall. Unfortunately, no kill with it. Means this becomes a very viable post plant for paiN.
A little relief here. Woxic looking to make a long move around it, but so is kauez here. Ultra careful about the idea that this could be a mid flank, trusting that Big U can buy time for him to later get involved. Big U inside the pit, still unidentified right now. Swinging, but it's a quick dismissal. Still don't know where kauez is on the scene, though. Got to get on that bomb ASAP. There's no kit, so not going to be the instant stick. Oh, though. Kit picked up? No, just got on the defuse. That's easy to pick, though, from kauez. Woxic now going to look to offer up a little fight here in the close, but kauez holds the line. Big 3K coming through from him. Big pistol round from paiN.
A lot of graffiti being done on this beautiful Italian village. Come on, guys, respect the architecture.
Yeah, graffiti, I think there is quite a bit on this map, just naturally as well.
They got no respect, these youths.
Ooh.
Feeling that one.
Oh, it looked like it just had a quick burn right there.
Just got to reset. Molly back from the scout peak. So apartment's control being exerted here by Wakadia. No dualies this time. Jota working with him with the MP9. There's more bullets to be spent. Still 30 rounds in the magazine, but they come out faster here.
True. Maybe 1 gun can be better than 2 here. This time it seems like a lot more coordination on the B-side attack than the last round, with numbers to back it up as well.
I kind of like the positioning, though. The double up at the oranges. If there's no Molly for this, Molly goes new box. They have a Molly for the oranges. They flashbang. Okay, nope. The flashbang and delete is also quite good. That is quite effective. Davideus kill everybody, and QZ get the lurker. The flank. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Dynamic from paiN.
And decisive. Running it down in towards that B side there. No hesitation. And oh, kauez. Getting that crouch swing.
He's just thinking, give me 600. Give me 600.
You know you wanna. No, you gonna do it? No, he's not. Absolutely not.
No sewer monster here. Washed away.
They probably got flashed for the maximum time right there from kauez. That is a beautiful work. There's some nice art or pictures.
Why is it on a truck? What are we doing here? Paintings on the truck?
It doesn't look like that truck's moving.
belongs in a museum. I think I did a little too much old man Harrison Ford there. As a younger Harrison Ford. Get off my plane. It's an all-timer. Have you seen Air Force One? Ooh. Next time you want to watch a very entertaining, not terribly thought-provoking, but still well-made movie.
That's the one.
A classic.
Ooh. Be careful here about they work up against these pistols. Don't want to lose too much. Another kill coming through. Jota, how does he make that work, man? You just can't do anything wrong right now. 3 kills in this nothing round. You can afford to just continue to try and press into the setups here for paiN, forcing a lot of rebuys already. Looking to maybe play a contained game here towards CT spawn with all that presence spotted towards middle. You think CT is going to be safe to exit. But that's not necessarily the case here.
Sewer monsters coming through. Eco monsters. They're chasing down your guns. The lack of armor, though, makes this a little bit of a tough fight, but okay, nope, still a tough fight. So NQZ will get some back. Get some money back as well, as that was cash made by Jota. Could drop the op over more comfortably if he wanted to now, because of those 2 SMG kills coming in.
Quite nice. Some extra fun.
5-7 rather.
5-7s, yeah. But still an extra 900 to his name right there, and some tough fights for him despite not having some armor. paiN, though, getting back into things here with a quick sequence of rounds there. Snow getting loud still as they resurge back into this T side. This can't be a little bit more comfortable because, you know, David, he's running up banana. He's been able to entrance this round a couple of times. Making another match. You're thinking he's safe and sound. That's not the case. And another opening pick from David.
Can't get wide on him. The Deus will collect his tithe.
That is what I like to see out of him right there. Entrance on banana, getting aggressive, getting a little setup, but opening up a pick. They're playing on the edge of that Molotov.
Why are you sticking this guy in the pit? Let him fly, man. Let him fly. Smokes up. Speaking of the pit, might be time to get somebody into it. It is Jota, though, who has been by far the most dynamic performer on the server right now. He's going to collect the first, dances away from the second engagement, and he will, in fact, shut down the arch side here. You just don't want to test this guy. You don't want to give him any opportunity because he will punish. 19th kill found of this map.
He's still full health there in 2 very even fights.
Problem is you have Wakadia boosted up here, but you don't have any utility for him. He's still going to get one, and the Molotov comes in from a teammate. Now the bomb is dropped. Oh, those flames collected their due, and Biguzera falls alone. Staring straight into the flashbang, staring straight into the angle. Desperation on. He'll have to face, but it will be disaster. That is a Jota round.
That is such a Jota round right there. That's that sort of activity that I like to see out of him there. He's not afraid to take initiative. He goes for that first kill on the side of the arch peak, but he doesn't chase down anything extra. He falls back into that site, still offering up coverage from the moto position, and he manages to fight through that round. 2, you know, kind of 50-50 duels there where he's holding a bit of an off angle, but nothing super crazy, and just wins them so overwhelmingly. Because of that damage that he did just a round ago, there are going to be some limitations here into the utility. They still bring out a good buy here on the side of paiN, but pressure is starting to amount here.
Fours in chat. 4s in the chat. Stop glorping. It's 4 time.
Four time?
4 time.
What does 4 time mean?
4 time. Means everything you want it to mean, Cole.
Okay.
4 time.
Is that like golf? Like when you say 4 and you swing? Or the number 4?
Sure.
What about the number 10?
Nope. 4 time.
No?
No time for 10s.
Just 4. Oh, I guess that's all that Eternal Fire need.
That's what they need. 4 time.
What about now up here? Ooh. Both walk 6 or 5s. But paiN make him jump with that utility. Early tag there coming through here onto his counterpart, but not the kill confirmed. Still going to have to worry about that op presence and the mix. Wants to get even more aggressive, but this boost here might be unaccounted for. kauez elevated, and as that smoke fades away, so will Woxic be exposed. Great trade coming through from Xanteras, but they try and collapse in, and that op is holding the line. NQZ with another connection. This time a kill.
They're actually rotating off of this, though, because even with the numbers, they know they haven't killed Jota, and he's always threatening them towards this side of the map. It's a good read. Eternal Fire have brought all the presence in. They're going to gamble. And unfortunately for paiN, no one's really close enough to hear that fake and get suckered in by it. This time it could be brutal, especially as Xanteras finds his impact. Now, oh, Jota's just missed it. Just missed it. Still won't be able to get the kill. And now it's disaster on, but time is so low. Major tucked in the corner. Hasn't had to do much himself this game, but now it's his moment. Flashbang good. They clear the corner. No. Bombs drop. And Major was saving it all for this moment.
These are the moments that he lives for right here, man. Every time Eternal Fire need him to come up clutch, they need him to close out a round. He's just been available. He doesn't have the massive numbers here. He doesn't have any big-time opening picks, anything of that nature. It is just impact in the clutch. He's where he needs to be and composed enough to land the follow-up in the heat of the moment.
Is he waving bye?
I think he's waving goodbye.
I think he's waving
And I think
goodbye.
he knows what that win means here. For not only Eternal Fire, but for paiN, the sinking feeling in their stomach. The timeout to sit and stew in it.
Yeah, that's just letting them think. That's calming your troops down and letting them think on the other side about what's coming our way. Think about what you've done. Think about the mistakes you've made. The weight of all of your Counter-Strike sins. But hey, if you need absolution, at least there's a church on this map. Just gonna have to fight your way to it. And we're in Italy too, so they probably take confession.
There's definitely a bottle to ease the pain there behind it.
There is. A few bottles.
That might be the hunt that paiN are gunning for right now. Trying to keep things afloat. But they'll go the opposite direction. Maybe they are
kauez.
looking for a different space here. kauez does have that rifle. Looking for an entrance in, and they do have this apartment space. The issue is there's 3 players kind of looking in that direction at the moment.
Ouch. Thinked immediately.
Oh my
Now
god.
they're trying to get away. Nade would chase. Jota will, certainly. Doesn't find the rifle, but he does find presence. Now snow melted. Starts off well here for Eternal Fire. Oh, and it only gets better. Goodbye, armor. Goodbye, kauez. Good luck getting your hands on that gun. Non-starter entirely. 11 will tick onto the board without any impact in this one. No money made. kauez going to be limited in the following.
Tamam şu an yapalım beyler.
It's started to become quite dire. The horizon is cloudy for paiN.
Sen boylara gösterdiğim
And it's back to Eternal Fire looking like it is business as usual. They got that magic clutch. That's where they let the energy be felt there. Into the timeout. Into steady hands here up against the force of the AK from kauez. Don't lose a single player.
Who's breaking these windows? Beautiful stained glass when we're breaking windows. I've actually never thought about those windows. I bet you could throw some interesting utility out of them for a retake.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe a flash popper. Someone get cooking. Nart?
I don't know what you would do with that flash, though.
Commissioning a video.
Okay, what do you got
Cheeky util
playing
sets
right now?
from the church.
There's a gap in that smoke, but Biggie's watching.
Yeah, what kind of you thought about it?
Yeah.
I'll better.
What if I just instantly died in this round? He said, I'm not going to do that. That was Biggie keen on punishing that aggression. Xanteras. Oh my god, how does he get that kill there? David trying to fly by the flashbang.
Anything?
But he just manages to get one in. kauez trying to offer up the trade. Flash is so perfectly placed by Xanteras. Continued aggression runs them down. They are absolutely seeing nothing on this T side. A smoke spam kill to provide some solace here for paiN.
Look, God may forgive, but Xanteras doesn't. There is no absolution to be found here on B.
They can't go and redeem themselves towards A right now because that's being covered off. Joda has that and the palm of his hands, even extra assistance coming through. One smoke for Snow. See if that ever gets dispensed. He's hoping that something gets given for him, but
no molly.
No gifts wrapped up here.
No molly. They're just going to have to risk this at some point. But they know with the numbers, there's someone in the backside. So is it the oranges? Is it Nubox? Is there a flashbang for this peak? Because if so, well, you won't even need it. Wakati is just going to go out dry, go out clean. Snow desperately raging against the death of this map. But it's coming for them all the same. paiN on the brink of elimination. 5 rounds required to find overtime. And with the way Eternal Fire have been playing, it's hard to believe they'll even get one.
Yeah, not up against this form out of Xanterra. Not combined with Joda and the way that he's been able to impact it. Not combined with the magic clutches that he's brought to the table. There's just no getting past this team right now for paiN. Looking in dominant form. Left to lean on some Tech 9s and Mac 10s. To survive here for a little while longer on the paiN camp. You said 4, now they need 5 on the side of paiN if they want to survive. Woxic. Oh, he's already in prime position. Ooh. Flashbang could come through from David, potentially? No.
If they commit it.
He's walking away from that second mid area, so.
Second player as well. Oh, this should be a disaster. Absolute disaster. Shut down from the barrel of Jota's gun and the op to follow. Even a tag onto the last NQZ. Desperation here. And a quick swing. That might have been an overheat from Xanterra. It allows us to entertain the possibility for a few more moments that NQZ might be able to put this one together. If it happens, that's the first mistake from Eternal Fire. Jota's just above. But he checks the wrong direction. He doesn't see. And so NQZ will slip past. And Jota might think this is clear. Does he go back to check? Dancing around the body here. NQZ starting to stack the numbers. Mac 10's not what you want. Mac 10's not what you want for this one. But he'll have to make do. Not wanting to waste more time in that, knowing that seconds are precious. And it's going to be Major instead who's posted up. Long-range fight with this rifle advantage as NQZ tries to collect. Better get that gun back out, NQZ. But not in the nick of time. Not prepared for it. Major will close. His kills few and far between, but the kills that they needed to seal the deal on Inferno. Eternal Fire move on. The 2-0 here, and they live to fight for the final day of Stage 2 of the ESL Pro League.
Yeah.
paiN, what a journey. They're done.
Yeah,